All right. Hello, Sarah. So I just want to start off by welcoming you here to the center. And I'm also just going to begin the session by just covering the topic of confidentiality. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So confidentiality is basically the limits to which I can share information that we have talked about in our sessions. And the limits of confidentiality include situations where I feel that a child may be at harm or maybe at risk of abuse. If you are at risk of harming yourself or others, that is another situation where I'd be required to report. And also, if any information is subpoenaed by the court, that would be when I would have to share that information as well. Does that sound okay with you? Do you think you have an understanding about confidentiality and its limits?
Yep.
All right. So I just have this little confidentiality agreement. Would you be able to sign it for me just to say that you understand the limits and understand confidentiality?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So basically, let's just start this session off with what brings you here today.
Well, I was told I had to come here because I got my kids taken away, and this is the only way I can possibly get them back.
All right. Why? Do you know why you had your kids taken away from you?
They told me it was because, um, they said I have like an alcoholic abuse problem, like I drink too much booze.
All right. Now, in regards to you saying that they say you have like an alcohol abuse problem, do you feel the same way?
No, like I like to have a drink here and there, but I don't think it's out of control.
When you drink, do you drink around your children?
Obviously, yeah. I like to have friends over. I like to like enjoy like a few drinks with them, but like it's not like I'm putting them in any danger.
Okay. Where are your children in the house when you are drinking?
Sometimes they're like in their playroom, or sometimes they're asleep.
When they're in the playroom, is anybody watching them, or when they're sleeping, is any are you or anybody checking in on them just to
Well,
make sure that they're
well, my one child's she's 9 years old,
Mhm.
and then my other child's 5 years old. So I usually just kind of let them play, and if they need anything, they'll come get me.
okay. Now, when your children were taken away, like, did they tell you anything other than that you basically need to get help for this problem they say you have?
They just said that they've been informed that they're like this is an unsafe environment for them, and they said that like first they didn't tell me that I had to come see you. It
Mhm.
was after they were taken away and more information was provided to me that they said like you have to go see a counselor to be able to start the process of getting your kids back.
Okay, so if if you didn't come see me, then there wouldn't really be a way for you to get your children back.
Yeah, I think.
Okay. And now, in regards to your alcohol use, how often would you say you drink?
Um, I drink daily, but like it's not like I wake up in the morning and crack open a drink. I usually like I'll come home from work and like it's been a stressful day and like I had to rush and get my kids from school, so I have a drink to kind of relax and chill out, and then like I'll have my friends come over and then we'll just drink, and then like
Would you be able to give me an idea for how much you drink? Like, would it be maybe a 6 pack of beer, a bottle of wine, 1 can of beer, anywhere in between that range?
I don't know. I think it probably ranged somewhere like a bottle of wine.
Just a bottle of wine. Are there any nights that maybe you go over?
Well, yeah, like usually on the weekends I'd go over that
Mm-hmm.
because I'm usually with like my friends the whole day, or like they'll come over for the whole day and then we'll have a fire and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
there's gonna be more drinking.
All right, and I recall you saying that at night when you're drinking, your children are either in the playroom or they're asleep. When on the weekends when your friends come over and you say you're with them the whole day, where do your children go then?
Um, some weekends they have a play date set up. Other weekends they're there with me, running around in the backyard playing.
Okay. If you think about that, can you see how maybe like Children's Aid could think that might be an issue?
Well, I guess yeah, they could probably see that, think that like I'm not watching them properly because I'm under the influence. But like I would never let my children like be put in harm's way. Like
So I can hear you saying that you try to be as watchful as you can when like there is alcohol around and your children. Okay. Now, also in regards to your drinking, do you think is there any part of you that thinks you drink too much?
no,
No, you think that like compared to maybe other people's drinking, you drink pretty steadily and not too excessively?
well like it depends who you're comparing me to, right? Because there's people who would have one drink a week,
Yep.
or people who'd only have like one drink a night, like one glass of wine, and like so I don't know, like
Well, how about if we were to kind of scale form it, like on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think your drinking is at?
probably like a 7, 6. I don't know. I've never really looked at it that way.
So does that maybe kind of, when you think about that, does that open your eyes a little bit?
Yeah, I guess like kind of makes me think like maybe I am drinking too much. But like still, I don't understand why my kids were taken away from me because like I would never let them get hurt. So
And I am really understanding that from you that you are very aware of your children and when they're in that situation. And I definitely am kind of taking that as a mental note. But I think right now with this, I think we just need to focus on you and like the area of your drinking.
well, I don't know, like you mean like where it started?
Yeah, if with you saying that, we could go back to that.
Well, I don't know. I guess I started drinking more when like the father of my like children left. Like we were never married, but we'd been together for like 10 years, and then he just up and left me with all the responsibilities as a single mother. So I guess I just started drinking to blow off some steam.
And were you together? So you were together before you had your children then?
Yeah, about a year before, and then I got pregnant like pretty quick, and then we.
So from me seeing your age, it was only recently that he left then.
Yeah. Yeah, like I haven't been drinking like this for like crazy amount of time, but like I don't know. Maybe I do get carried away, but like I don't know.
Like, do you maybe have this feeling because it hasn't been for this like really extended period of time that it maybe CAS shouldn't have considered it that big of an issue?
Yeah. And like I just don't know how like who would have like reported me.
Yeah, that can definitely be a big question because sometimes in situations of those they are anonymous and that information isn't really able to be given out. But maybe you could also look at it in a way as that person kind of had a bit of concern for the safety of your children and was just looking out for them, right?
Yeah, I guess, but like then if you think about it that way, why couldn't they have came to me and said, like I think maybe like you could be possibly putting your kids in danger, and like gave me the chance to fix it before my kids are just taken away from me.
Yep. And I can definitely understand that. Well, I can't understand it, but I can see why you're thinking that. But sometimes, like with CAS, it's first an investigation, right? So they're not first contacted and then right away they come and take your children. They kind of investigate and they keep tabs and keep track of how things are going. So after the investigation was completed, then the need was felt that your children were possibly in an unsafe environment. Does that kind of make a bit of sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. When you're drinking, do you ever get to a point where maybe you aren't aware of things that are going on?
No, I don't think so.
You're pretty. Would you say you're pretty tolerant to alcohol?
Yeah.
All right. And would you be able to kind of give me an idea of what's your limit, like where and when, like about how much it would take for you to reach your limit?
I don't know. I'd probably say after like 2 bottles of wine, I'm there.
2 bottles of wine and you're pretty done.
Yep.
All right. Now I've kind of just asked you a bunch of questions. Is there anything you want to express to me?
No, not at the moment. Like, I know I have more appointments with you that I have to make, so maybe there'll be something in the next few or something. I don't know.
All right. So we're coming about on our time cap now. I do just want to thank you for coming here to see me today. I know that in situations where you're mandated by the court, there can be a part of you that just really doesn't want to be here. And I appreciate you showing up, and it really shows me that you are committed to doing what you need to do to get your children back.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time to like understand, like maybe like why this is like why I've been drinking the way like I have been, because nobody's really taking the time to listen to me.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely what we're here, and I definitely look forward to our next sessions together.
Thanks.